All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and move on to our topic du jour. In this case, we're going the Brony Panelists. Now, of course, with the Brony Panelists, the first thing we need to do is separate into two teams. So, do we have anybody that wants to be team captain?
I'm always down, but
Please be no. It's just a title.
I know.
He's just afraid it'll go to his head.
No, I'm afraid everyone will be against me, because it has happened.
Anywho, anybody else want to be team captain?
I'm fully distracted at the moment, so no.
I was planning on cutting out early tonight, honestly. I'm pretty tired.
Okay, do you want to give a shout out before you go then, Coldust?
Yes. Shouts out to Circuit.
Yay.
Hi, Circuit.
Yay.
Yay.
Alright, okay, CMC.
Shout outs to Mike and Ice, who's been like doing random art streams with me. Yay!
Yay to Mike and Ice and his awesome arting.
I can do Insanity.
Bye.
Bye. Alright, I guess that makes it, I'll, CMC, do you mind if I elect you as a team captain?
I can do Insanity.
Alright.
Okay, so me as a CMC,
Okay, alright, Toa, CMC. Apparently we have two other people that you can have as your groupies. Anybody want to volunteer to join one of the teams, or do you want to go ahead and do kickball rules?
I'll join CMC, sure.
DMT.
Okay. All right,
Tech
and Suki are with Toa. No, Suki. Suki could still help you out.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we got our teams. Yeah.
So we have Triple T and the C double D.
Yeah, the double D's are back. See this time.
Oh god, you know what? I can't even make a good joke, so I'm gonna move on.
Oh, okay.
All right, boss man. What are we?
All right, so the Brony Debates. Luckily, all right. So as we mentioned before, the Rooney Debates are pretty simple. We provide a question and in some cases answers for our debaters, where they have to decide which of the options they prefer and go ahead and adopt that. From there, they give an argument supporting it. Then the counter team will do the same, and then they will give a counter argument on their side, as well as basically a rebuttal. Goes back and forth twice per team, and then we decide who wins based on who has the better argument. So for the first debate, good news! The My Little Pony Generation 4 has been decided to be renewed for another season. However, the executives at B have decided we need to have a new character because marketability is important. So screw the storyline, marketability. And let me go ahead and move the chat windows here a little bit. Now, unfortunately, also because of that marketability and the marketing team and corporate influences outside of any reasonable person's control, they have given you two options. First one being a colorful animal that will follow every pony around, quoting 80s, dang it, what's the term?
Catchphrases?
Thank you. 80s catchphrases that have gone completely out of style long ago. The other option being a very young Mary Sue type character for the young kids to quote unquote see themselves in order to attract a young audience. Think the kid Blue Ranger from Power Rangers. Think any kid sidekick that comes out of nowhere and just basically botches the whole team.
The worst.
Yes. Basically, it's just that random kid that comes in out of nowhere in order to try to appeal to a younger audience and try to keep things fresh because corporate executives don't know how to give something up. So, considering that Toa is Toa was the first to volunteer. Toa gets to decide which one he wants to go with.
You know, the catchphrase sounds cool, but I'm going for the Mary Sue. We can work with that.
All right, so
I was about to tell you exactly to do that.
Toa's going with the Mary Sue, and that means Crazy My Captain, your team has the catchphrase Furby. I put a Furby just because it's the best random stupid ass character that I could think of, but basically it's like a little fuzzy gremlin thing that just basically it's apt.
I
Yeah,
can see-
Catchphrase
I
Furby
can
is apt.
see-
yeah.
I could see Fluttershy adopting this little guy after losing Angel Bunny, or to replace
Ooh.
Angel Bunny because he's being a little shite.
No, don't. You're going the wrong direction. You don't want to go this way, man.
Anyway, let's go. Toa, your team, go ahead. Why should we go with a child Mary Sue that the younger audience is supposed to see themselves in that completely disrupts the flow of the team?
Well, I honestly think a child character can bring much information to the older characters, which are better for parenting and which are not. Also, as a Mary Sue, she can do whatever she wants and she will never be hurt. Suki, would you like to add anything onto that?
I wasn't paying attention, but I'm just going to bring up one point here as to why the little fuzzball is not going to work. Those catchphrases are still copyright. Who the hell's paying the licensing?
Very true. You have a young character that can be with the lingo of the current generation rather than the old, and that has not been copyrighted yet.
Well, we could always mix it up a little and replace some words.
Nope, they're these catchphrases. However, they're usually long forgotten catchphrases that nobody wants to claim anymore.
Still, a young character will allow us to make new toys and sell merchandise.
Catchphrases from the 80s, you said?
80s.
Yes.
Admittedly, some of the catchphrases I have in there aren't 80s related. I just was kind of on a scramble to get this together.
Okay, because my
Bad
brain is
is
going
bad.
to Ninja Turtles.
That would count.
Cowabunga!
Actually,
this little creature will draw eyeballs galore. Kids love little adorable little creatures, no matter how annoying they are.
And it can be a butt monkey that you don't want to care about.
And it doesn't have to be in every episode. You can just have it there when you need it there. It doesn't have to be there all the time.
It's
Or
for
comic
comedy.
relief. Like,
Exactly,
or,
comic relief.
True, but by not making it any more than comedic, who would really care if you just, didn't show it for the rest of the season after it was introduced?
Nope.
or we
Corporate
can easily
executive
relegate it to
meddling.
the background.
Executive
That
meddling. It
it'll
has
be
to
a
be in
lot
every
more
episode.
adorable to look at and a lot more relatable when something happens to it, unlike the Mary Sue.
Are you kidding me? Everyone would want to be our Mary Sue character. They're the best at everything. And
That's
they can
the
also
problem.
You say that as if it's an actual problem and not just what you think is a problem.
By the way, just for clarification, executive meddling has it so that you have to have this character in at least 2/3 of all of the episodes for that season.
Does it have to be in a major role or just in the background?
It has to make an appearance. However, obviously they're going to encourage some sort of role rather than just being stage fluff.
Part of the charm
Okay,
with
it's a new
ours
pet of one of the
is-
main... Actually, it's a new pet for Spike.
Well, part of the charm about our character is they can continue on with the story writing and they don't got to edit it because they can just add in the catchphrases here and there whenever they think it's thematically appropriate.
Oh, fair enough.
Dynamite could be done right before getting shot out of a party cannon.
Exactly.
And it'll be adorable for all those emotionally heartstring moments when it comes to cuddle the main character, to lessen the impact of their trauma or their challenges.
But don't you see, we have the best plot device there. A child character that can do everything, but the adults think, oh my goodness, we have to save them. And then it's like, no, I'm good. But how? I'm good. Sugi, thoughts?
Sorry, I'm legitimately not paying attention. I'm actually trying to do important things for my own content stuff.
Oh, geez, important things instead of talking about why Furby is better than a Mary Sue. How? I'm kidding.
It's okay. I'm opening up stuff so I can edit it later. So
Okay, look. You want a prime example of where basically a Mary Sue character excels over something like a catchphrase spouting Furby. Goku.
Yeah.
Wow.
Goku had character development. This little thing could have character development. Your Mary Sue has nothing to do with character development.
Goku is the Mary Sueest of all Mary Sues. Fuck you. I am dying on that hill.
He wasn't in Dragon Ball. He wasn't in his first series in Dragon Ball.
Yes, it was.
He got his ass kicked by a dinosaur at one point.
Yeah, then he came back and ate that dinosaur.
That's only because his grandpa's Dragon Ball saved his ass.
No,
I think what we're all forgetting about the Furby is look at our clientele. Look at how many people actually watch the show, how many are adults versus children. You'll notice that there's a great many adults. So putting this thing in and having it spout things from the 80s is a great nostalgia factor, which I think could bring in more adults, and they're the ones with the money.
Here's the problem.
They can buy more merchandise.
Here's the problem. The adults see through your bullshit.
Yep.
They also see through your bullshit more on your Mary Sue.
And make it wholesome, and we don't talk about the other thing because this is PG.
Please keep
see through your BS through your Mary Sue as well. So,
well, not all adults were born in the 80s.
This is true.
And also because kids are drastically different from the adults in the show too. So you got to have a character that's pretty much like the new generation that's watching, or what's going to be left? All adults no kids watching a kids show?
That's because
they're going to think, oh, if only adults are watching this, let's just say there'd be some changes we don't want.
Well, later on, the Furby could say more modern catchphrases as well.
But then it would feel forced and make people stop watching because they're like, why did they change his character? His character was awesome to begin with.
So you admitted that our character's awesome.
No,
yeah.
I'm bringing up the thing of if you try to incorporate new lingo with your old lingo, people are going to be confused and be like, the heck?
But Furby eventually learns new lingo throughout the show and tries to be hip with the kids.
Admittedly, I probably...
There are no kids characters, so you cannot use that.
I probably should have used something outside of a Furby because it's supposed to just be a fuzzy, stupid-ass character that keeps spouting catchphrases. It could have been Snarf for all I cared.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that everybody keeps focusing on a Furby.
Papa!
Well, I'm thinking of, is it Gen 1 or Gen 2, the Bullywugs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, so you can bring those back in the same time.
Oh God, I can actually.
Oh,
I'm just
imagining.
imagining
Have an episode with this little guy, and he beats his family.
Oh God, I'm just now getting images of G4 and just literally having just this team of bullywogs that just keep shouting 80s phrases that just randomly run through town. Even having them dressed in 80s outfits. Oh God, you could probably sell them for a mint.
Exactly, you could sell them for a mint and the adults would love it and buy it.
I'm sorry, but I'm searching for 80s catchphrases, and it's saying that clap on is one of them because of the clapping ad.
Oh God, the clapper! Yes, that was a catchphrase.
Or they hear those cheeks clapping.
We should probably go on to decision making.
Or they hear them cheeks
I
clapping.
have no idea what's good here at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Furby is adorable. It'll be relatable to the adults who are nostalgic, and it's fuzzy as hell. And it'll be a good little introduction to his little species in a focus episode.
Well, also to be fair, the Little Twilight, when the shows first started, she was also a Mary Sue. And now with season 10, we'll have another Mary Sue to carry on the show's legacy.
And plus,
He was
you
magically
can
gifted.
still
He
have.
didn't know everything emotionally.
Plus, you can still have much of this character without having to pay for expensive molding. Because money.
You
You
assume...
know what sells more money than Mary Sue's? Fuzzy, adorable little damn creatures.
You still have to make a new mold.
All
It's
right.
a tribble.
Okay.
Okay, well, you don't necessarily have to make a mold because you could probably just cut off a piece of fur fabric and just roll into a ball in your ton. But anyway,
Exactly.
that's. But
Exactly.
getting back
We
on
need some
track.
quarters if we can.
Getting
Juan.
getting back on track here. Admittedly, I probably should have formatted this a little bit better and let everybody get a chance to substantiate their full argument before letting the rebuttals immediately running through. Because they didn't exactly have a good chance to stand on their platform before immediately starting to throw their Mary Sues and Furbies at each other. So lesson learned on that one on my part.
Good.
In regards to the argument though, let's go ahead and get one final word uninterrupted from each of the team captains, summarizing why they have the better option.
I'll let CMC go first since I went on the opening.
All right, CMC, your final say and why we should have the 80s catchphrase furry thing that it doesn't necessarily have to be a Furby. I was just grabbing something really quick for the image. That's probably another mistake I made.
Hold on. Why is it giving me "Where's the beef" as one of the catchphrases?
I remember that.
I'll be back.
Oh
boy.
Oh god.
I see you later.
Actually, it
says greatest 80s catchphrases and says "I'll be back."
When did T2 happen? Because I don't think he said that until T2.
No, he says that in T1.
You know how bleed out can do.
Oh yeah, he did say that in Terminator 1 when he goes up to the police.
When he was at the police officer.
Yeah, he goes up. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's obviously been much longer since I've seen Terminator 1.
Yep, and that was in 1984 for Terminator 1. So absolutely right there. Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so actually, was that the closeout argument for the Furby?
I think it was because
I was just going to say a random catchphrase, and that was one that popped up.
You know what? I'll go with it. Okay, closing argument for Mary Sue for the basically Sailor Moon Jr. I forget what her name is, but we all know Chibiusa, yeah.
Chibiusa,
yeah. We all know who I'm keep referring to.
I do believe that it is a lot easier for money-wise on the cheap to just have a new kid character and just repaint characters, versus having to deal with something that would cost more money and everyone would expect to have catchphrases.
All right. After for the review, we are going to go with the furry character because they actually tried to incorporate it in funny, silly ways. Tokoi kind of went with the money argument. Though I did like the Dragon Ball argument. The only problem with that is Goku wasn't literally shoehorned into the show. He was the show.
He was the show.
Yes. That's kind of where the berries do.
Yeah, if Gohan suddenly got shoehorned in, well, he did get shoehorned in, but I mean...
They tried to shoehorn him as...
But they didn't Mary Sue him, though. They actually kept slapping him around.
They had showed him struggle and everything.
Yeah.
All right, so on to the next one.
Well,
but no, I did like.
You see, I was gonna say, Gohan was shoehorned in, but that was because Goku had a shoehorn for Chi-Chi.
Ta-da! Yeah.
Because making babies is part of the marriage, kids.
All right, and here's
actually, you know, if we were gonna go with that argument, sorry, but real quick tangent, Goten.
Yeah.
Oh God, that would have been perfect. Yeah. Oh God. Oh, that would have been a lampoon. Oh wow. Okay, you know what? You brought Goten up. That did it. Mary Sue won the argument now.
No, we already won. He said we won.
Sorry.
That's the discussion.
Sorry, he did the right thing. He shoehorned in Goten at the right moment. It's exactly what you're supposed to do. Okay. All right, let's move on. All right, good news. Merchandising specialists have decided that you guys need to make more pony merch. But unfortunately, toys, figures, blankets, clothing, socks, shoes, everything's been outplayed and they need to think beyond. So you've been tasked with coming up with a pony-themed cooking item, a cooking appliance, or a cooking utensil that is not commonly used in the kitchen. So that is you have to tell me a rare unused item to be ponified to be sold for merchandising rights.
Oh no. I think I have one.
Okay, so first, but before it gets started, CMC's team will get the first chance to respond, and Toakoi team, mostly Toakoi, let's face it, please allow them to finish their response in full before we go ahead and move on to your idea.
You got it, dude.
Thank you. CMC?
Team, do we have any ideas off top of
I
head?
thought of one, but it depends on if you're okay with it.
Well, we could do mortar and pestles. I mean, that's not a very common thing.
It's more of
For
an
most
old-timely
people.
device, and I don't know if they use it in the kitchen anymore.
I use it
but-
all the time in the kitchen. Just I know not
How
a lot
about-
of people
No,
do.
we can
it's what
toss
I
it
thought
out and
of.
we'll see
It's
what
what
we
I
think.
thought of. What I thought of was a old-fashioned butter turner, colored like Fluttershy's coat color.
So you would literally make flutter butter.
Yeah, flutter butter.
Yeah, we're going flutter butter.
Okay, we have the flutter butter churner. Tokoi.
I'm thinking the 3D printer that does bakery stuff.
Oh,
You're trying to market that to kids? Fuck off.
okay.
It's not as crazy as an easy bake oven.
A 3D printer that makes bakes cake. Actually, is there even such a thing that?
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is, but you're trying to market this to technically a younger audience. Yes, the Easy Bake Oven actually does make more sense. Fuck you, because it's a light bulb in a plastic box.
Need I remind you that in the past they made injection mold machines?
Okay. You know what? So before you go to the 3D cake printer, how in the world would this be pony themed?
Oh, this would be a Twilight Sparkle themed one.
Don't try to pander to him.
Well,
How? You
yeah,
just said what character. How?
Well, it'll instead of being able to upload it, it's a pre-form. Hey, you can make pony cookies.
Nope, I'm not buying that.
Okay, that was my idea. Suki, you
Right.
got anything?
Great. Now you're making me actually think.
If we went with the 3D printer, this would have been a lot easier.
If we went with a 3D printer, you're
Wait a
putting a 3D printer with a Twilight Sparkle thing in it that you can already program into any printer. I'm talking like something you basically buy it off of the shelf and it's like, oh look, there's Pinkie Pie's face on an egg beater. I'm gonna shove her face into the eggs and start beating. I know what I said.
You know what? For some reason, I'm thinking kettle, like tea, like electric kettle.
Also, I did
Said
see
on-
fairly
Very
common.
least used. I would think that's very used.
Yeah.
especially in
Actually,
the
are there character themed electric kettles?
I think so, but also I checked and yes, there are 3D printers for kids.
I don't doubt that there's dude, my problem is not that it's a 3D printer for kid. It's a 3D printer that it's not trying to appease to an audience as after a particular piece of merch that is completely pointless and stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Yeah, okay. By the way, you know what? For tea kettles, I'm not finding many electric ones that are themed.
No, I'm not. Well, no, I found a Hello Kitty one, and that's it.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, electric
I'm
kettles
surprised
are
there's not a
surprisingly.
Retzko
Hello
one
Kitty
yet.
has the money.
Hello Kitty has money, but Hello Kitty's also on everything, so I'm not
No,
entirely.
there's an idea. A Retzko teapot.
Oh wait, I think I also found the Pichu. Is it a Pichu one or is that a? Yeah, a Pikachu kettle. I also found a Pikachu kettle in Japan. But Hello Kitty and Pikachu, it is a surprisingly barren market. Oh god, that's actually.
Then you know what? That's a market we need to jump on.
I'm down for it. I love my tea.
You know what? I will go with it. Okay, so we got a pony themed kettle. Is there any specific pony that you have in mind for this?
Let's see if we're if we're talking
rarity.
That's what I was thinking. Was like, I mean, we're talking tea. That's probably rarity.
Oh god.
Also, thank you, Commander, for the little idea.
My brain hurts all of a sudden. The rarity kettle.
What about the sweetie tea?
Tea time rarity. Actually, I like that. Tea time rarity.
Thank you, Commander. I like you.
You can also have a little baby one. This
might as well be tea.
You know what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm supposed to be the moderator here, not giving people's ideas.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you shut down my idea, and it took a moment.
Like the only reason I shot it down is there's literally no theming behind it other than you can print out a Twilight Sparkle cake out of it, and that you can kind of do that with a normal one. If it had the face, Twilight's face being the thing that's shooting out the thing and it's making Twilight noises as it's doing it, which would be disgusting, but that would be something I'd go with it. But
don't make it next time, man.
Worse, it would be Pinkie Pie.
Actually, just Pinkie Pie going, hey, pie. Oh god, I'm just okay. Moving on.
You need to stop and let's move on.
All right, so I will admit I did forget one thing I was going to put with this initial argument. I was going to say that you cannot use a main character. We'd have to use the side characters, but you know what? You guys did such a good job going completely off the rails. We're keeping the Flutter Butter Maker and the Tea Time Rarity Tea Kettle. So now we got the Butter Maker and the Tea Time Tea Kettle, but we only have funding for one, and also enough patience to make one. So CNC, why should we go with the Flutter Butter Maker? Okay, I'm gonna bite my tongue at this rate.
You'll get it eventually.
No. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna let this continue, but no, you cannot get away from me without acknowledging the fact that you just said Flutter Butter. I'm just gonna say I'm not letting you get away with it, but I'm not gonna expand on why.
I don't doubt that.
Right, I just was thinking it was fun to say.
Simplistic.
Learning experience. Learning how to make good butter.
Indeed,
Because
and it's one of the least cost-effective merchandise we'll be able to put out besides the rare tea set.
And when you make your own butter, it just tastes better.
Get the homegrown feeling. Nice. I like it. Oh no, an educational tool.
Damn it, Commander!
Okay, so why should they invest in the Tea Time Rarity Tea Kettle? It sounds like something out of Five Nights at Freddy's. Go ahead.
Well, let's be real. Who here doesn't like a good cup of tea? And who doesn't like to have a little bit of rarity in their life? Also, the pun is golden, and people will get a crack out of it.
Alright.
Also, you can have tea parties with rare tea. And you can also brew the rare tea in the rare tea kettle.
And with the 3D printer, you don't have to take all that time to make cake. You can just make it on the spot.
Tech.
Huh?
You're behind the thing, on the rare tea thing.
I got a little confused.
Oh no, it's okay.
Behind.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, Tech, we vetoed on the 3D printer because it couldn't exactly pony theme it. So, yeah, we're doing a rarity themed tea kettle.
And
Oh.
as I said,
Electric
you can have
tea kettle.
time with rare tea.
Yeah.
And you can also have rare tea in the rare tea kettle.
Well, if you want to have a little tea set, like I once saw an episode of The Simpsons where Krusty created his own tea set. So if Simpsons can do it, why not My Little Pony? And who better to represent that than Rarity?
Actually,
And
definitely.
maybe Sweetie Belle.
Actually, Deathlight, sorry, apologies. Deathlight, I didn't mention. I did mention right off the bat that it was going to be lesser known items in the kitchen, mostly because I didn't want people to do pans and spatulas and mixing bowls. So yeah, that's why I went ahead with the rarity tea kettle maker, electric.
Yeah,
kettle.
it's just like I see tea kettles all the time. I mean, we have like 2 or 3 over at work even. So
Yeah.
like tea
If the commander makes
kettles are a dime
I
a
went
dozen.
for something you wouldn't
butter
find
butter.
on the average counter.
yeah.
the commander makes a really good point with Fluttershy cups. Because she likes to have her tea parties with Discord.
No, remember there was tea time with Fluttershy and Rarity.
Still, okay. Now we're getting
Also, our Flutter butter turner, is also an oddity and a collectible at the same time. You don't see much of those in the market these days.
Who wants to make their own butter?
Enthusiasts or people who like to do it themselves, who don't like the store-bought shit and do it themselves.
But who will do butter parties? Everyone does tea parties. Butter parties? I've never heard of that.
Trust me, kids are really easy to entertain.
And
if
people
you tell
are
them they can do stuff, they can do it.
And I'm not gonna
turn butter. You can
We
make
can
your
make
own
it trendy for the hipsters.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm
hit
just going to
with
mute
the
myself
Amish
and walk away
community.
before I can't keep myself from adding into this the wrong way.
Oh god, yeah. I have a feeling we're pushing all the Suki's buttons in the wrong way, and at the same time, I'm loving the hell out of it. I honestly feel for him.
CMC, would you really want them to vulcanize the whoopee stick?
What?
The what?
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 I knew I shouldn't have gone for. They just lost it, but Foxtrot, Unicorn, Charlie, Kilo.
So you lose 5
Unicorn is in
points.
it?
You just lose 5 points in general. Just no 5 points. You lose 5 points. Points don't matter in this, but you lose 5 points.
Also, the Flutter butter turner will be a hit with the Amish community.
Would they really even care?
Do they even watch My Little Pony?
That's true, but then again, I did hear that a while ago that Mennonites might have electricity to do because they have to do business with other people in towns.
Then why would they want to churn their own butter? They can get their own mechanical butter churner.
To teach their children a hard day's work.
Although I thought the Amish were against technology, especially television.
The Mennonites,
No,
though,
different sets, man. Different sets.
Even the Amish have different factions, so yeah, have fun sorting that one out.
They're just not even.
Yeah, I
going
don't
to the
remember
Amish
this
there.
all too well. I just remember that Mennonites just used electricity in compliance with dealing business with other people these days.
And make all the innuendos those that we can here.
Of course, it would be the innuendos is the only thing that came out of that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure if we can go any further with what we got.
I think we're reaching an end point here. So let's go ahead and get our final rebuttals in here. It's CMC, final thoughts on the Flutter butter turner. Turner.
It's educational and fun.
And it'll keep
And
your kids entertained for hours.
And a historical piece of cooking history.
Nice. Going for all over. And Toa, the tea time with Verity with apparently Fluttershy teacups.
A good cup of tea can make your day, and having a good tea party among friends will always brighten it up. Also, you won't be laughing every 5 minutes making innuendos in the endos.
Kids don't know what innuendos
CMC,
are.
can I join your team?
Yeah.
Come over here, buddy. Come over here.
Somehow,
jackets.
somehow Toa made innuendos sound like a freaking box of cereal. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how, but he.
I'm throwing a flag here.
Okay, so.
Magic.
So, ignoring Toa's apparent desire for a bowl of innuendos with Verity, let's go. I am going to give this one to CMC and his group just because I do the idea of making a butter churner for kids fun and educational. Though I am astounded they did not throw one thing in there about getting them to do something actually. I'm going to regret saying it. I'm trying my best not to sound terrible. Something that requires physical effort and will allow the kids to actually move around instead of sitting in front of the TV and computer all day. Actually, that came out better than I thought.
Clearly, you have not had to teach anyone how to do a tea ceremony.
I'm sorry, kids don't sit still generally
No.
unless they're doing an activity. This is a good
Unless
activity.
they're watching My Little Pony.
Well, yeah, but you get the Fortnite and the kids playing the video games, and okay, I get it.
See, I'm just going back to my childhood.
You sound like
you
an
gave
old
me
man
something to
right
do,
now.
I know I
I
did.
was
That's the
doing
joke.
for
That was a joke.
So-
That was a joke. I am gonna give it to the Flutter Butter Turner. I mean, an actually Rarity themed electric kettle. I can't believe that there's only like Pikachu and Hello Kitty electric themed tea kettles. That is
The brands that can pay for it.
the brands that can pay for
Yeah.
it, but also mind blowing that it would actually happen to begin with. But
Only in Japan.
only in Japan too. Yeah.
See, that's another thing. They're expensive to make, especially with your designs on them.
Well,
The Turner is much cheaper.
you also got to remember
Yep.
heat. You got to remember heat
I
resistant
pointed
designs.
that out in the beginning.
You want
Exactly.
Okay, you want to know my counter to they're expensive to make on those electric tea kettles?
Go for
I
it.
got mine free from my work, and they probably don't spend they probably don't spend over $40 for an item for our free gifts per year.
You know, actually, he's not
Depends on the
lying.
quality
Yeah,
of making the tea
the-
kettle.
Actually, I got a tea.
Expensive piece would be the heating elements. And
Yeah,
you
I
can
got
get those
mine-
cheap.
I got mine for $20, and that was 5 years ago, and it's still working nice to this day.
Also, if you want to do it cheaper and don't have to do a butter churner, just get a glass jar with a sealable lid, mix everything it is to make butter, and just have the kids shake it.
See how cheap ours is? See how much better it is?
Wow, we're going for the cheap. Okay, everybody wins. Everybody wins. They're going for how cheap can we make this, and everybody wins at this
Okay.
point. That is Hasbro to a T.
I have one last argument against what he's encouraging here.
I already know where this is going, but shoot.
Yep, he's encouraging kids to shake really hard until butter is made.
Okay, we are done.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Do you guys?
We are done. We are so done. That is it, everybody.
My cheeks laughing.
Oh. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm not really, but I'm gonna say I'm sorry because I don't know what else to say.
I'm going to pretend I feel bad for this.
Okay.
That's how my life is.
All right, everybody. Everybody wins on that one. We all win because we finally got the horrible jokes out at the end. Everybody wins. Plus,
Hey, be very proud of our group. We didn't really bring any of that up. So
that, and along with that, we actually made it a race to how cheaply can we make this perfect corporate strategy. I love every bit of it.
exactly.
Also, Deathlight. I'm just gonna say I appreciate the use of kitchen gun in the group.
The kitchen gun was amazing. That was good.
Yep.
Kitchen gun? What?
Yeah,
Kitchen gun.
It's in the backstage. There's a nice remix of that too.
Yeah.
Out there.